Morning guys, Julian from Simply Gardens here. It's been raining all weekend and most of last week as well, but not as bad as the Midlands obviously. Just a quick heads up that as gardeners and landscapers, we should make everybody aware that we should be keeping off the lawns as much as possible with the rain, because we're compacting the soil and we don't want to compact the soil because we just make our jobs harder for next year. You know, it increases algae and moss and weeds. So, you know, unless your customers are happy for you to hollow tine, scarify and do all that on a more frequent basis, because we're treading on the grass in this time of year, we're compacting that soil, especially where I live in Essex, where it's mostly clay, gets really dense and heavy. So just make your customers aware of it. Try and get them to keep off the lawns as much as possible. Try and keep off your lawns as much as possible. Get all the leaves off the lawn, definitely, because a lack of light to the lawns will increase algae and moss. Leave the leaves on the lawn, on the beds, but not on the lawn. And because let the worms do all the work, they come up and they take the leaves down into the soil and then create better soil, let's put it that way. It's Monday morning. So yeah, so I'm off to do Masaka month this month. So a lot of bulb planting from the customers with the, I call it Masaka, people call it Asania, but I call it Masaka, because you have a layer of compost. Then you have your tulips, which is November, always plant your bulbs of tulips in November. And then more compost, and then your daffs, narcissi, and then more compost, and then irises or crocuses or both, you know, and then more compost. And I always like to put a nice level of grit on top, just to you know, it just retains the compost in the pots. And then mostly around here we have a lot of problems with squirrels and foxes, but I like to net all my pots up. It's definitely until all the bulbs start to appear at the tops, and then it's pretty much safe, you know. But that's what we look forward to in the spring, the bulbs coming up. And so have a great week guys, and remember to keep off the lawns as much as possible. You can still cut the grass if it's dry, as long as it's above 5 Celsius, because the grass will grow. But bear in mind, don't cut the grass if it's going to have a heavy frost the following day or the day after that. So just keep if you can an eye on the weather reports. Have a great week guys, and I'll speak to you soon.